Hello everyone, in this video, I will explain my C program that checks whether two input numbers are amicable numbers. So, first, I include the standard IO.H library, this one, because I need printf and scanf for input and output. Inside the main function, I declare two integer variables, num1 and num2, which will store the two numbers entered by the user. I then ask the user to input the first number and the second number using scanf. Next, this one. And I declare variables sum1 and sum2 and initialize them to 0. These variables will store the sum of the proper divisors of each number. Again, this will store the total numbers of proper divisors for each number. So I use for loop instead of while loop for concise, so that it's a little bit more concise, diba, than our. So to compute the sum of proper divisors of the first number, this is the first number. First number. So this is the first number, or num1. Let's just say num1. So to compute the sum, so this is the num1. I use a for loop. I use a for loop that starts from 1. I initialize the I or the index to 1. Since it will not be 0, since the proper divisor should be positive. So we are starting from 1. And runs up to 1 less than num1. So this is a Boolean expression. So if in this case, then it will do this. If inside the loop, I check if num1 is divisible by I. So as you can see clearly here, using the modulo operator. If it is divisible, then I is a divisor. I is a proper divisor. So I add it to someone to so I add it to someone. Someone is the same. Someone plus equals to I is the same as someone equals to someone plus I. And then I repeat the same process for num2. For the second number, using another for loop, this is for num2. This is for num2. And store the result in sum2. I repeat the process and store the result in sum2. So you can see here. After computing both sums, I compare them using an if statement. So, kani, if the sum of the divisors of the first number is equal to the second number, this one, num2, and the sum of the divisors of the second number is equal to the first number, num1, then the numbers are amicable. And else, otherwise, the program prints that the numbers are not amicable. And finally, the program ends by returning 0. So, ang logic ani kay, i-compute na ko ang sum sa divisor sa matag number. Unya, i-compare na ko kung nagbalik ba sila sa usag-usa. So, please control. Wait. So, perfect. So, nana to sa perfect number. In the second program, I created a C program that checks. And as you notice bitaw, kay wala na ako siya kanang gibutang diri ang open bracket. Kay ganahan kong inaning style. It is readable and organized. So, in the second program, I created a C program that checks whether a number is a perfect number, whether an input number is a perfect number, whether a number is a perfect number. So, naa sa definition ni sir, a perfect number is a number where the sum of its proper divisors is equal to the number itself. Again, a perfect number is a number where the sum of its proper divisors, so ang sum daw ani, is equal to the number itself. So ang sum ani proper divisors is equal to the num. So first, I include standard io.h to allow input and output, and inside the main function, I declare an integer variable num to store the user input. So using this. Another variable sum initialized to 0 to store the sum of divisors. And then I then ask the user to input a number using. So I then ask the user to input a number using this one, scanf, to find the proper divisors of the number. So I use then for loops gihapon that starts from 1. It's a positive number man. Di nung kumaan sa 0. So n goes up to 1 less than num. I less than num. This is an index. I less than num. This is a Boolean expression. And inside the loop, I check if the number is divisible by I. This one, num modulo I. Using the modulo using the modulo operator. If it is divisible, then it is a proper divisor. And I add it to sum. After the loop finishes, I compare the value of sum with the original number. This one. I compare it. Sum equals to num. If the sum is equal to the number, the program prints that the number is a perfect number. Otherwise, it prints that the number is not a perfect number. Then return 0 as the program ends. So let's run it. Wala takaran sa Amicable day kanina. So let's run it. Let's compile the program first. Hinaya, may pa din ako mag... nakabutang na dito. Okay. Enter the first number. Let's say we have really amicable numbers there. I think 84, let's say, and 65. The number 84 and 65 are not amicable numbers. Second, itong given answer kay 220 and 284. So let's put that. Guys, okay naman ganang hindi mag-compile as long as wala kay change. So let's run it. Enter the first number, 220. Let's say 220. 220 tapos 284. So the number 220 and 284 are amicable numbers. So it runs po. Hindi rin natin sa perfect. No. X on ito. So perfect. Let's run it. Enter number. Let's say may dili perfect number na to atong tarin. 64. I know. 67, let's say. The number 67 are not a perfect number. And it's clearly a perfect number, guys, if magput tag 6. So 1, 2, 3 is the proper divisor. So let's try it. Oh, pwede na natin na run. Okay. Let's try 6. The number 6 are a perfect number. So thank you, guys. That's all for today. And thank you so much, Sir Bagya.